And welcome to another episode of South Texas Crossfire. This is Attorney Joe Flores reminding you to join us each and every week right here on KTMV with the Lopez family. Special thanks to my good friend Carlos Lopez and his daddy who passed away, Carlos's dad, Humberto Lozano Lopez. He's missed, he's honored, he's venerated, but he's never forgotten here. With me today, I have the honor of bringing on somebody who is well known to not just political circles, but people out there where every decision is made for this county. And right now, he is running to be your next county judge. And I welcome on Mike PUSLEY. Most of you, I'll just call him Mike. Welcome, Mr.
Joe.
PUSLEY.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here. Thank you very much.
Well, it's commissioner right now. Now, explain to the voter out there, how does that work? I'll just kind of jump to it. I was asking somebody, now, are you still commissioner right now?
No, I'm not on the court any longer.
Okay. I got a lot of questions on that.
Yeah, we have this really crazy law in the state of Texas that if you file to run for another elected position and you have more than a year and 30 days left on your current term of whatever position you're serving in, you have to resign. And I resigned in March of this year, and I'm focusing totally on my campaign. And Joe, it got to the point where really and truly it's actually a good thing, because campaigning for an office like this is a full-time job, and it would not be fair to my constituents to not give them my undivided attention. So we went through a process, or our Judge Neal went through a process of interviewing replacements. In the state of Texas, a county judge, when there's a resignation, makes the replacement. And so, as you well know, he picked Carolyn Vaughn to succeed me in the Precinct 1 County Commissioner's spot, and she's serving there now.
Well, great. Before we get into a little bit more of the politics, I think it's always important for those that want to lead, in a different capacity like you are. People want to know about you, your
Sure.
education, training, background, and a lot of people don't know it, but you're a Buck.
I am. I'm a Roy Miller Buccaneer. My wife and I both graduated from Roy Miller. I'm born and raised here, Joe. In fact, I have the unique distinction of I was born at the Naval Air Station. My dad was overseas in the military, and my mom was here by herself with her family. And so she could go to any military hospital to have the baby, and so she chose to go to the Naval Air Station Hospital here. So I was born here, raised here. I went to Weldon Gibson Elementary, Robert Driscoll Junior High School, graduated from Roy Miller. Then I graduated from Delmar College. I started over at A&I and went for about a year and a half, and then CCSU started a program where you could complete your last 2 years of your degree there if they were offering it, and they were. I was a geology major, so I finished my last 2 years at Corpus Christi State University, which is now A&M Corpus Christi. And then I went into the oil and gas business, first with Exxon Company USA, working in the Kingsville Production Geology Department. And then I worked for them for about 3 years, and then moved over to EOG Resources, and I spent 36 years with them.
Tell me a little bit about that. Geology. Wow, that was like one of those. I had to pick between that and Precambrian history. I chose that instead of geology. I said I think I've had better luck with that than with rocks. But tell me about the oil and gas and your experiences there, because you did a long time in there.
Yeah, long time. I had a great career with EOG. We were a very small company when I started with them. We had less than 200 employees, and when I left there, we were north of 2,000 employees. So we grew the company tremendously, and we worked primarily this division here in Corpus Christi worked South Texas, so everything from Nueces County to the border of Texas and Mexico. So I got a lot of great experience in working in that field. And one of the things that made, and I was telling some people the other day, they were asking me about EOG. One of the things that made EOG a successful company and one of the leaders in the industry is they are one of the most technologically advanced companies in the oil and gas industry. They put a lot of money, time, and effort into being high tech. And I got involved in that early on because I had studied that in college. and they said, well, you know how to turn a computer on, so you're it. So I was highly involved in that part, and what has helped me is when I was commissioner, I brought that knowledge and background to the commissioner's court and to the county. And so when I got there, Joe, the county was in the 19th century with respect to IT. And I know as a lawyer, you probably had experienced that. I went to Judge Neal in the commissioner's court, and I said, look, the entire county government is being run on an HP computer that was declared obsolete 5 years before I got there.
Wow.
They were literally buying parts off of eBay to keep it running. So I said, we can't have that. If that system goes down, the whole county government's on its knees. So anyway, we embarked upon an IT upgrade for Nueces County, and we've spent north of $10 million bringing Nueces County government into the 21st century. And so we've made great strides in that, and I know as a working attorney here in Nueces County, you probably have been the beneficiary of some of that. But when I got there, if the district clerk needed to send something up to the judges working a case, they would literally make Xerox copies of it and carry it up to the judge, and then they would rescan it to put it in their systems or retype it.
Just short of that, stone tablet,
Yes.
like in the Flintstones.
Exactly.
Right?
So we've changed all that. We're now all the departments are running on the same software,
Yes, sir.
same computer systems, and when I left there, we were working to make all of that information accessible to the attorneys that work outside the courthouse, and so there's a little problem there with the state requiring us to redact certain information off of documents, and they were working through that. So, but I'm sure that'll get done. So, anyway, that was one of the great things I got to bring with me to Nueces County government.
Well, and a lot of people want to ask. You've already been a county commissioner.
Right.
What are besides the technology and everything that you've helped bring into the 21st century?
Right.
From a humanistic, holistic sort of standpoint,
Sure.
what are some of the things you're most proud of about touching people's lives here in South Texas?
I think one of the things I'm most proud of is the fact that we began to make significant improvements in county government and in the staff that works for county government. For example, the IT department, the prosecutor's office, our public works department, all of those departments, I thought the pay scales were horribly low. And in fact, I was able to secure a study that was done showing salaries across the counties in the state of Texas, different county governments. And if you compared us to other counties our size, we were below the bottom in pay scales. So we can't fix that overnight, Joe, as you well know, but we have worked really hard to do that. Our law enforcement that works for Nueces County, their pay scales were low. I think they're still low, but 2 years ago we renegotiated the contract with our Nueces County Sheriff's Officers Association, and they received the largest pay increase they've received in the history of Nueces County.
That's fantastic.
So I think it's important, Joe, as you well know, in business or anything, if you want good people working for you, you have to pay them a fair and decent salary. And so we want good people working in county government. We want people who come there and who are dedicated, who are smart, and who want to do a good job, and that helps the constituents that we represent. And if we do that, then government works better. It just is more efficient. So we've got a ways to go, but I'm committed to doing that. And as county judge, we're going to continue that upward movement into bringing us to at least competitive. We may never be able to pay what they can make in when, for example, when the Eagleford kicked off, 50% of our people that worked in the public works department left there because they could make 3 times as much money driving a tractor in the Eagleford as they could for driving one at the county. And so it'll be always difficult to compete with that, but we need to pay people a decent wage and make sure that they're able to earn a decent living and work for the county and be dedicated to providing the best service that we can offer.
Well, I know you're on a tight schedule, but in this last few minutes we've got, I know you've got another commitment. I appreciate
Yes.
you coming by.
No, thank you.
I want to ask you, what made you want to run for county judge?
Well, Judge Neal decided to retire, and a number of people have been talking to me about doing that. I think what convinced me I could do the job, Joe, is I served as your county commissioner for 9 years, and I worked very hard to learn all the integral parts of county government. I worked very closely with Judge Neal on putting the budget together.
Yes, sir.
I understand the numbers. I'm a numbers guy, and in my profession, where I came from, you had to be really good at numbers to make your job work. And so I think I can bring that knowledge that I acquired as your county commissioner and transfer that into the county judge's office. I have a good understanding of how the county government works and the things that we have to make priorities. And I want to take that knowledge and move it into the county judge's office, and I think I can do a good job for the constituents of this community.
Well, you have a formidable opponent, that's really working hard also, and
Sure.
the voters have a choice. So
Sure.
knocking on a couple of 100,000 doors, let's go blog walking, as I say, and block walking, because this will be on internet and on TV. And if I'm a voter out there, why should I vote for you instead of your opponent?
I think this race comes down to two things, Joe. It comes down to experience and leadership. I have 9 years of elected experience as your county commissioner in this county. You don't have to guess about how I'm going to govern. You can go look at my record, and I'm very proud of my record. And it comes down to leadership. I think I have the leadership skills and the conservative leadership skills to continue to move this county forward, but to do so in a manner that's fair to taxpayers. And that's what I'll be committed to.
Well, I appreciate that. And remember, if you want to get involved with this gentleman's campaign, Mike PUSLEY, what's the magic number to call?
MikePusley.com.
That's it, MikePusley.com.
And all the information is there. And we're on Facebook. Please go like us on Facebook. But we have a big social presence in social media. We're on Twitter and at Pusley Mike. And all the social medias we're there. But if you go to MikePusley.com, you can get all that information.
Well, we'll have this on KTMV, and we'll have it loaded up for you to use in your campaign as you see fit. And Dave will try to make me look a little bit better looking, makeup and special effects. So Diamond Dave will have it ready for you. Thank you for coming
Joe.
by.
You bet.
Appreciate
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And that's MikePusley.com. We'll be back after these messages.